Okay, so the first opinion is that people say minors debuting are an issue but fall short when it comes to actually taking action, like not listening to their music, not promoting their songs on their KTube channels and stuff. K-pop stans basically give groups with minors clout and I understand how amazing their music is, but y'all literally say minors debuting is a problem, yet you'll continue to do nothing about it, showing that you don't want minors to debut, but you don't actually care for the issue at hand to do something about it, like not promoting their songs, not giving them clout and stuff. And I know that this is not something big to do, but at least it shows that you're going in the right direction. And I know I sound like a hypocrite right now because I always had the thinking that minors shouldn't debut regardless if the concept is good or not. And I still continue promoting minors on my channel, like Hi Cutie, who debuted as a kid group and always did normal concepts that were fitting to them and that were not like sexualized or anything. And they were actually a group that did concepts that were okay for them to do. But now I realize that, you know, um, that was a problem and that I only promote minors now if I have to promote them or if I want to show their new comeback or if they're related to the video and stuff, and I don't promote minors every chance I get like I used to do with Hi Cutie. And y'all literally need to stop promoting minors if you'll say minors debuting is an issue. Stop saying minors shouldn't debut at one point, but at another point you're freely promoting them every time and every chance you get. Only promote them if they're related to the video topic, like when you're ranking debuts or something of a year and you can't leave the group out, or if you're doing a certain video topic and you can't leave the group out, then you can add them. Don't promote them every chance you get when you can literally replace groups like New Jeans and I with another group. Like y'all say minors shouldn't debut, yet you'll continue promoting them. And only use their songs if you're using them as intro and outro music, or if you're using them as background music in the video or something like that, then it's fine. If you have an intro and outro that has their songs as this intro and outro, then it's fine. Or if you're using it as background music in the video, then it's fine. But besides that, never promote them if you think minors shouldn't debut, because it's completely stupid for you to say minors shouldn't debut and yet you do the opposite of it. That's very hypocritical of you. If I realize my mistakes, what I used to do in the past on my KTube channel, then y'all should realize it too. Stop saying minors shouldn't debut, yet y'all continue promoting them. Do something about it. Okay, so the next opinion is that I saw a short that said K-pop songs that saved fourth generation, and I was confused as to what they meant at first, but then I realized that they meant that these fourth generation songs saved fourth generation because to them the generation must be bad and not good, and that's dumb, to be honest. No song can save a generation just because you think it's bad. There's so many songs to release in a generation besides the ones that you think exist. There's too many to count that you will legit find a lot of good music. I searched up and found more shorts and a couple and one two videos with similar titles. I may be wrong on how I understood these shorts, but in my understanding, none of the shorts or the video are correct, or the video or two are correct. The whole of the fourth generation is good, and doing a deep search on the fourth generation, you will find good music. You just need to look. Looking at the surface level of K-pop and then making a judgment based on only popular groups and a couple of nougat groups isn't actually doing something. So the fourth generation isn't bad. No generation is bad. The songs that your list be like, oh, these songs saved a generation, is completely dumb because you're only looking at one side of K-pop. You're not actually looking at K-pop as a whole to search for good music. You just need to search for good music. You're looking in all the wrong places. So of course you're going to, get disappointed at the stuff. You're looking at popular, well-known groups who end up following popular trends and stuff, and you're going to obviously get met with disappointment because these groups are going to be doing popular trends and popular concepts. The Nugu groups that come from smaller, lesser-known companies, they don't always follow trends, and not all of them are doing the same thing. They are doing their own thing, and they are releasing good music. You just have to search for it. You just have to look. You are not looking, and you're only looking at one side of K-pop, so obviously you are going to be disappointed and say that these songs saved a generation, when that's completely dumb. No song saves a generation. Nothing saves a generation. You just need to search. Okay, so the next opinion is that it's so sad that when fifth generation starts, most dumb K-tubers and K-pop stans will remember fourth generation as noise and or lack of vocal talent. Like seriously, come on. It's so sad because noiseless music is more compared to the noise. So it's not even valid to say that fourth generation is noise music when there's not enough noise to say that fourth generation is noise. Since there's so many noiseless group songs from bigger and smaller groups, be it debuts, B-sides, or be it like extra songs they release, maybe CF songs or Christmas songs or whatever like that. There are more noiseless music as compared to the noise in the fourth generation. And also, fourth generation started in 2018, and since being a fan since 2016, since like middle or late third gen, I have seen that in 2018, 2019, mostly amongst popular groups and even Nugu groups as well, that in 2018, 2019, noise music wasn't as much. And if you look at maybe late 2020 all the way up to now and the years to come, noise music started to get popular only recently. So I don't know why you'll say fourth generation is noise when y'all don't even take into account 2018, 2019 K-pop and don't even look at the Nugu side of K-pop as well. And for the vocal thing, I've said it before, a generation cannot lack something unless it's less amongst Nugus and popular groups. Only looking at popular groups and well-known logos that are on your radar isn't actually looking at the generation as a whole, isn't actually looking at the fourth generation as a whole. Like y'all literally don't take into account Nugu groups that come from okay enough companies, decent budget companies or small companies with views ranging from 1K all the way up to 1 million views. Y'all don't look at y'all don't look at this side of K-pop, the Nugu side that y'all need to research on, as well as popular groups and well-known Nugu groups. So when you look at popular and well-known Nugu groups, and then when you'll see something is lacking on the side of K-pop that you know of, you'll think it's lacking in the whole generation or in the whole K-pop industry when that's not the case. It's so amazing. Sure, the fourth generation doesn't have as many amazing vocalists as other generations who focus more on vocals, but there are enough vocalists to say that fourth generation actually does have decent enough or good vocalists. Y'all are literally judging K-pop by the well-known popular side, which isn't actually judging the whole generation properly. You'll need to do proper research on the fourth generation because your half-assed research and looking at only popular, well-known groups is just lazy, and you'll need to do proper research. Plus, soft vocalists are good too. Stop ignoring them just because you'll want to. Belting, powerful vocalists are not the only type of good vocalists are there out there. They're out there. Soft vocalists also exist and they are good too. There are pretty decent vocalists in the fourth generation that I think are a good definition of fourth generation having nice vocals. For example, the vocalist of the pre-debut group APR Project, who originally were in Tracing, and there were four members of Tracing that re-debuted into APR Project, and they're going to debut soon. They released two pre-debut songs, and if you look at the Arirang radio performance, you can see how much talent they have. And there's also Sua from Flores, Tara from QoS Queens of Sound, and Merrick Jin from Girl Kind, etc. for examples. Fourth generation isn't lacking vocals. You just need to do your research first, and maybe you'll find someone good, and maybe you'll realize that groups below the surface level of K-pop exist, and maybe you'll find some amazing vocalists that you never saw before, some untrained talent, some underrated vocalists. You just need to do research before making assumptions that a whole generation lacks something when you're only looking at one side of K-pop and not the whole of the K-pop industry in that generation, or and you're not even looking at Nobu groups, and that doesn't make your opinion valid or your point valid if you're only looking at one side of K-pop. Okay, so the next opinion is that I wonder if people actually like K-pop songs or just like them because they're iconic. I see videos of people ranking songs or ranking debuts or listing down the best K-pop debuts or the best K-pop songs or whatever. And whenever they promote the song or whatever song they're promoting, in the notes below talking about the song, they will write a sentence with the word iconic in it, or they will call the song iconic or something like that. And it makes me wonder, do they genuinely like the song as a song, or do they just like the song because it's iconic and because it's, something iconic or something, and they just like the song because it's iconic and they don't actually like the song? So it makes me wonder, do they like it, or do they just like it because it's iconic, because it's like, one of the most iconic songs in K-pop? It's makes me wonder. Okay, so the next opinion is the harsh reality of things, and this is related to most K-pop stans, but not all the K-pop stans. I'm talking about just most of them and just a lot of them. So basically, most K-pop stans, a lot of them don't really care about idols and only fake stan them. I'm not talking about people who genuinely like idols until they do something controversial, like saying the N-word, or do CA, or do something racist, that or do something bad that makes the person want to unstand them. Those people are fine and those people get a pass. I'm talking about people who, like, stand the idol or stand the member or stand the person until they get embroiled in like a bullying controversy or something that becomes widespread, that they end up hating on the idol, or sending hate to the idol without staying neutral, or without staying, without looking at both sides of the story or waiting for more information. These people, they pretend to stand the idol, and then when the scandal happens, they switch up so fast and hate on the idol. These people are people who only stand the idol probably because they were in a popular group, or they were under a popular group, under a popular company or something like that. Now, it's so annoying to see these, that people don't actually care for idols. If you look at me, I when the Boojin, Jimin, and Garam scandal happened, I didn't really know these people at all. For Jimin, I knew a song Hallelujah, And I didn't really know much of her besides that. I knew Film, Stray Kids, and AOA, but I didn't know a lot about them. So these scandals happened. And then after these scandals, started to get more clear that Woojin Garam and Jimin were innocent, I started to stand them more. I became fans of them. I never hated on them. I stayed neutral and I never did this. So I genuinely started to care for Woojin, Jimin and Garam after these scandals and I genuinely love them now. But most people, they don't really care for idols. They don't care for them. They just want to go hate on them and stuff like that. They pretend to stand them in the start just because they are part of popular groups or something and they are members of popular groups, so they stand them, they bias them, and then they like them. But then when they get embroiled in controversy, they will switch up so fast and they will end up hating on them and making fake rumors about them, making fake cloud seeking videos about them and stuff like that. This shows how K-pop stands. Most of them don't actually care for idols and only support them because they're in a popular group or because they're there in the industry and they exist. They don't genuinely care for them. Because if an idol were to get embroiled in a controversy or something like that, that could potentially be fake, and if someone exposes that idol, people will switch up so fast, they don't really actually care for idols. There are very few people who genuinely care for idols, stay neutral in scandals and stuff. And there are very rare people who actually care for idols and only hate on them or side eye them or look at them differently when they do something wrong, like if they're committing CA or if they're doing something racist or something. But besides that, most people don't genuinely care for idols. Okay, so the next opinion is about Dreammaker, and basically, I'm subscribed to Wonder K with bell notifications on. And basically, I saw a thumbnail for Dreammaker with boys performing on a stage. I opened it, listened to the song, and it's really good. It's in English, go check it out. Now, I opened the comments and I saw that Dreammaker is a survival show co produced by MLD Entertainment. And that I was like, no, no. If MLD is involved in the show, no, no. Not for any reasons related to the show or for rigging or anything, but I will explain to you. So basically, if you don't know who MLD is, they manage Momoland, Lapalas, and TFN, formerly known as T1419. So I opened K-Profiles to read more about the show, and basically the show is a survival show co-produced by MLD Entertainment in partnership with Camp Korea. And basically, they are debuting a global P-pop group that will train in Korea, which is kind of stupid. Like, why would you debut a global P-pop group that trains in Korea? I don't understand that. But the reason why I hate the show is not because of the boys, it's not because of the survival show itself or something. Because, good, these boys have dreams of becoming singers and debuting in a group and becoming idols. That's good. It's their choice. But the thing I hate about this is that I don't know if MLD will be the sole company to manage this group, or will they form a partnership with another company to manage this group once it debuts. But the thing is, MLD are forgetting about Momoland. Like, when they released the Yummy Yummy Love comeback, it was in early 2022, I believe. I don't remember when Yummy Yummy Love released because I didn't like that song, so I didn't listen to it much. So I forgot about it. So basically, they released Yummy Yummy Love maybe in early 2022, and ever since Yummy Yummy Love, they never had a comeback at all. And that was only one song they released. And MLT Entertainment is putting so much attention into TFN and Lapalas that they're slowly forgetting about Momoland, and Momoland might disband. And now with Dreammaker, whatever this group will debut as, whatever name they'll debut as, this group will also be given attention to by MLD Entertainment, that they will forget about Momoland even more. And Momoland might disband. Momoland makes such amazing music, and I prefer Momoland's music over TFN and Lapalas. Like, Momoland released catchy dance bops and stuff, and the music is so good. And even the earlier music, where they had, like quirky songs, and the debut song, which was an innocent, sweet concept and stuff, was really amazing. So I don't know why MLD is, doing this. Like, if any other company or any other person was involved in the survival show, then I would have been okay with it. But MLD is forgetting about Momoland, and now they're working on this survival show, which is completely dumb and stupid, and they shouldn't have done this in the first place. Instead, they should have given more attention to Momoland and given them more comebacks rather than working on this survival show. Because Momoland, I believe, are going to disband slowly because they're not giving much attention to, and they are not releasing comebacks. And ever since Yummy Yummy Love, they haven't released a new comeback, and it's so sad. Okay, so the last opinion is that I love Girl Crush, the group, not the concept, with all my heart. And who gives a fuck if they're doing the sexy concept? I mean, I don't care about the sexy concept because I still get bops regardless. But the thing that I hate about Girl Crush is that they need to seriously not have Hayan in the group. Like them doing a sexy concept never really irked me or bothered me. I don't care about the sexy concept and it never comes off to me as inappropriate or that it shouldn't be done or something. You do you. You can do whatever concept you want. And you can do the sexy concept as long as you're an adult. But Girl Crush, when they debuted, they had all adults until Yona left and was replaced by another adult, Yuka. But now that Yuka left, I cannot continue standing them until they get their shit together because a few months ago they got embroiled in controversy for having a potential member that is literally a minor in their group and they are a sexy concept group. And if you look at their debut song Memories, though it's a bop, the MV is a little too extra and kind of extreme when it comes to sexiness because they have normal outfits in the MV, but there are MV scenes where they're rubbing themselves sexually and they're showing themselves in bikinis and stuff. And that is like a little bit too extreme for a minor to do because Hayan is in the group. And I cannot continue standing them until they get their shit together. Like legit in Yuka's place, they have Hayan who is a literal minor who hasn't even turned into an adult yet. And the fact that she's in the group without the members or the company or whoever, removing her is fucked up. Remove Hayan from the group. She's a child. She's not an adult. It's so messed up because a few days ago or weeks ago they had a cover. I think it was of Buttons by the Pussycat Dolls. I don't remember, but the cover is probably deleted or privated because I can't view it now. They released a cover of a song where they were wearing extremely revealing type outfits, and they were not like completely nude outfits or anything, or showing their body parts or anything, but it was like extreme revealing outfits in the sense that people viewing would literally put the video off or something because it's extremely inappropriate outfits. And literally the cover had Hayan in them, and it's so stupid. Even the newest cover from 7 days ago, though having better, less revealing outfits that is actually watchable and you won't get disgusted by the outfits, you they still have some sexy dance choreo in the song itself, the cover that they did of the Nicki Minaj song, and they have Hayan in the thing. And you can tell that Hayan is in the group because if you looked at the picture of what she looks like, you'll know which members Hayan. Plus, you can see in the description box all their personal Instagrams are linked, and Hayan's Instagram is linked as well because Hayan has an Instagram in English as well. So it's so annoying to see that Hayan is still in the group and she's a little minor and they are doing a sexy concept. They should literally remove her from the group and get an adult so that they don't have so that they're not controversial anymore. Girl Crush literally need to remove her. Like seriously, it needs to stop because it's so sad to see that Hayan is in the group. And they're not even removing her. They don't even think it's a problem that Hayan is in the group. She's a little minor and she's doing a sexy concept. If she was an adult, 18 plus, then I would have been okay with it and I wouldn't have cared if she was in the group. But she is literally in the group as a minor. And the thing about Girl Crush is that they're not being forced to do the sexy concept. They came up, Bomi, I think, came up with the concept herself when they debuted and got these other people to join the group. That is Yona, Zia, and Terry. And then Yona left and was replaced by Yuka. And then Yuka left and was replaced by Hayan. And they are not forced. So this is their own choice. And it's so sad to see that they're literally keeping Hayan in the group and they're not seeing it as a problem. Why can't they just remove her and get an adult so that they are not controversial anymore and I can stand them again? Because I'm literally not standing them because of this reason. It sucks to see that this is happening.